So Sarah, you mentioned that you were an expert and now you work with experts. So could you talk a little bit about the challenges of what experts have in dealing in this litigation? Now, the last webinar that we did, we actually had Dr. Jensen on, who was an expert, and he talked a little bit from his own perspective. But love to hear from your side what it's like to work with these experts.
Sure, sure. It's great to get to collaborate with them and see their perspective on the care that is being litigated. But the first hurdles, of course, are getting them retained, approved by the client, that type of stuff, and then getting them the records, which in some cases can be very voluminous, depending. Now, the medical record itself is not really that difficult to get to them, but the imaging sometimes can be such an issue. And depending on the case, there could be voluminous imaging. For example, I have a case right now where the plaintiff used the emergency department as her primary care physician. So there are literally over the course of, I believe it's 9 years, hundreds of ED visits where she is imaged almost every time she goes in there. And getting that over to experts is really challenging. Previously, that used to entail sending them via FedEx something. Now we don't really send anything anymore in the mail. They get medical records via a secure link, which is not all that challenging. And then now we use Purview to get our imaging out, which has drastically changed my workflow. A task that used to take me hours now takes me minutes. It's fantastic. We used to have to put all of the imaging on some kind of jump drive or a disk even, because the typical way we share medical records in our firm is using something called ShareFile, and which does not support the software that the imaging needs to be viewed on. So unfortunately, the doctors have to view the imaging, they have to download it all the way to their system, and then hopefully they know how to run the programs to view it. This would be a headache all the time. Constantly get someone telling me they can't see it, end up getting them in the office to look at the imaging if they're local, or over Zoom to look at it together, which is also sucking a lot of time out of people. So now with the new Purview stuff that we use, it is super simple. They don't have to download the image. They don't have to have any special software. They can do it on Mac or PC. And I literally can be on calls with them, and they can be pointing, highlighting, circling, making notes on images. It's just fantastic. So what used to be my biggest challenge is now one of my favorite things to do.